What's up, Gators? This is David Hayder, and welcome to the first edition of my favorite indie game of the week. This is a brand new weekly series that I'm starting up in which I showcase an awesome indie game that I have discovered and played for the past week and talk about why you should check it out and play it for yourself. The idea for this series came about whenever I played an awesome indie game and often noticed that some of these games haven't been given the proper recognition that they deserved. And whenever I came across these indie games, I've always wanted to do something more than simply make a Let's Play video of these games, because I feel like a lot of these games are games that are best experienced being played for yourself instead of watching me play them for you. I really wanted to get into why I love these games and why you guys should play them for yourselves. So the videos for this series will basically be my pseudo review / impressions of the indie games that I recommend you guys check out. So I hope that you guys will enjoy this new weekly series, and if you do, please hit that like button to show your support and to let me know that you want more. So without further ado, let's check out my favorite indie game of the week. So the first game that I want to introduce to you guys is a game called Dungeon Souls. This is a 2D top-down roguelike indie game with RPG elements and is about 6 fallen heroes searching for the mystery orb that will bring them back to life. When you start the game, the first thing you do is choose which character you want to play. There are 6 characters to choose from, and each of these characters have a different class. You can either play as a barbarian, archer, thief, warrior, wizard, or a healer. After you choose which character you want to play, you are dropped into a dungeon and your goal is to get to the next level of that dungeon. But in order to do that, you need to search for marks placed in different areas of the dungeon. Once you find all the marks, you must activate all of them in order to unlock an entrance that leads to the next level. Once you activate a mark, you will also happen to summon a horde of enemies that have you surrounded. When this happens, the only way to escape from this situation is to hack and slash your way out of there. As far as the combat system goes, you only have 2 ways to attack. You have your basic attack and your special attack. Each class has a different basic and special attack. And even though the combat system in this game is very simple, the feeling you get when you're trying to fight off more enemies than you can handle makes the hack and slash combat system feel very satisfying. This is a hack and slash game done right. One of the first things you'll notice when you first set foot into the dungeons is the gorgeous pixelated art style of this game. Even though the graphics of this game are nothing special, I personally absolutely adore the art style chosen for this game. Mostly, I was astounded by the care the developer put into the details for this game. For example, the way the developer made it seem like the dungeons had more depth to them by playing with the lighting and specifically applying a bloom light effect on certain assets of this game lets me know that the developer paid careful attention to the details in order to make this game stand out more. And even though these details may seem minute to you guys, it's these little details that lets me know that the developer put a lot of love into the way this game looked. Overall, the way the developer made this world look drew me in and made me want to find out more about this game, along with the cute characters and enemies I ran into along the way. You will also encounter different types of monsters in this game, and each monster will require different ways of fighting them within the realm of the hack and slash combat system. And not only do you have to fight your way out of packs of monsters, but you also have to watch out for different traps that may hit you out of nowhere. I can't tell you how many times when I was busy fighting a pack of monsters when suddenly I got hit by an arrow from a trap that I didn't destroy. Or even at times I was running down a hallway trying to get to the next mark when suddenly I get run over by a huge boulder that came out of nowhere. The way the traps are placed in this game is unforgiving to say the least. And even though this game is very difficult to beat, I found myself wanting to try again and again to get farther than I had before. And that is one of the reasons why I like this game so much. Every time I play this game, it feels like I'm playing a roguelike arcade game because the game is very fast paced and has a certain charm to it that makes me want to come back and play it again and again. Because death is very swift in this game, there are systems in place that will help you in your goal of moving on to the next level of the dungeon. One way the game makes it easier to traverse this cute yet dangerous world is that you can find chests spread throughout different areas of the dungeon and smash them open so that you can collect items that will either upgrade your stats or help make the dungeons easier to explore. And if you're lucky, you may also run into a shopkeeper who also has items that you can buy and can upgrade your stats and help you in your journey. As you may have suspected, this game features a permanent death system. What this means is that when you inevitably die, the game takes you back to the home menu screen. And not only do you lose all of your coins and all of your items that you worked so hard on collecting before, but if you choose to play again, you will not start in the same dungeon as before. Each time you play the game, you will be dropped into a new, randomly generated dungeon. What impressed me the most about this game is that even though it's still a work in progress, the amount of work put into this game so far has managed to give me a satisfying experience that rivals most finished games in the same genre. On top of that, the fact that this game is free to play and made by only one man makes the current build of this game very impressive. The only improvement I would like to see from this game in the future is that it would have been nice if we could have had a way to defend ourselves from monsters and traps. While it's not impossible to reach the next level of the dungeon, since I've done it a couple of times, I did find myself getting killed a lot, mostly by traps that I didn't see coming, such as boulders rolling down the hallway behind me and taking on tougher monsters. While I realize that this game is supposed to be difficult to beat, giving players a way to block attacks or giving players a role to quickly avoid a trap would be nice for players who aren't quite as skilled in these type of games. Finally, the best thing about this game in my opinion is that even though this game is surprisingly tough as nails and I was constantly dying over and over again from surprise traps and taking on more monsters than I could handle, I still managed to have a lot of fun playing this game. Overall, if you're looking for a free, fast-paced, fun game to play in your spare time, or if you've never tried your hand at a roguelike game before and want to get your feet wet, I highly recommend you check this game out and play it for yourself. So now that I've talked about why I like this game so much, I want to know what you guys think of this indie game. Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? Are there better indie games in the same genre out there? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and also, please hit that like button to show your support for this new weekly series. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you later, Gators.